Bartolomeo and Hakuba aren't that great if you don't have them at level of break 3 or higher. Let me explain while I'll take you through one of the longer form pieces of content, which is Garp Challenge 2, which really shows how good this character is since they are very good in longer form pieces of content. Overall, the Super Evolution is very good if you have them at level of break 3 or higher, but there's a lot of issues without it, and I'll just go through some of the other cons of this character. And honestly, I think they did a pretty decent job, but they definitely could have done better, and there's quite a few flaws in this character's design. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. And if you did enjoy the video, make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. But let's get straight into it, showing you against Heavenly Demon 2. Bartolomeo and Hakuba has a lot of cons I need to talk about. This character is so first off, his captain ability when completely maxed is very good. They added a bunch of stuff. They added matching orbs, they improved his tankiness, they made his attack multipliers very good. They also added cooldown of 1 turn at the start of the quest, which is where this character was really bad before. He's only good on long form content, but now that he's a lot stronger and has cooldown, he's a lot more usable as a speed captain. Unfortunately, this character has retained the aspect where they only boost driven class, which is very bad nowadays because most characters that are good captains are going to be boosting 2 classes and 1 type, so a lot less characters that this character is going to boost, which is a big con in my opinion. And definitely in Kizuna or Super Boss Kizuna, where this character could have actually shined, it really does hold him back, because he does have a nice added effect in his captain ability where he does give a damage reduction attack boost now, which is very good to help you with damage more. But since he only boosts driven characters, he really is not usable. And since his damage reduction attack boost is only usable when he's the captain, and since he is a dual captain, which means that he can't have super class or super type, you lose so much damage from not having that the damage reduction attack boost really doesn't make up for it. So I don't think that damage reduction attack boost is good enough to make up for the fact that he's only boosting driven characters. So that's just one big flaw about this character. One of them is that his damage reduction attack boost is lacking in so many departments. One of which is that he doesn't proc it himself. He needs a crew member to do it for him. Second of all, he only boosts driven characters, so he's not really usable in Super Boss. And third of all, he has to be the captain, which is very bad because dual units, they can't have super class or super type, so he really loses out on so much damage, and the damage reduction attack boost doesn't make up for it. In other aspects of his captain ability though, he's still going to give you a 4.75x attack boost for your driven characters in his singular form, as in addition to a 1.2x HP boost and a matching orb of Dex, Recovery and Tandem in Bartolomeo's Dex form, and then quick Recovery and Tandem in Hakuba's quick form. What's really sucky about this is that if you don't have them at level of break 3, you lose the cooldown. He's still very slow. His multipliers go down to a 4.5x attack boost, which is very weak nowadays for most of the time, and then he's going to be a 5x in his dual form. If you do have him at that level of break 3 or higher, the attack boost is 5.5x in his dual form, so still very strong in his singular form. If you do have him at level of break 3 or higher, being 4.75x is still really good nowadays. If you don't have him at level broken at level and break 3 or higher, you're going to lose the recovery and tandem matching orbs. You're also going to lose the cooldown, and your attack multiplier is going to be only 4.5x. So he loses so much if you don't have him at that level and break 3 or higher, that his singular form is so bad. Boosting 1 class, only 4.5x attack, only 1 matching orb being Dex or Quick, and then yeah, his 4.5x is very weak to 1 class, and then he loses cooldown, he's still slow, and as I said before, he loses the matching orbs. In his dual form, he's going to have Strength, Dex, Quick, Recovery, and Tandem counting as matching if you have them at level of Breakthrough or higher. It's only Strength, Dex, and Quick if you don't have them at that level. He's going to be 5.25x to your driven characters, and then 5.5x to himself. Just reduce those multipliers by 0.25x if you don't have them at level of Breakthrough or higher. He's also going to have very nice damage reduction and healing if you hit perfects in his dual form. So overall, if you do have him at that level of break 3 or higher threshold, then he's a very good captain. The only issue there in that circumstance is that he's only boosting driven characters. But if you don't have him at that point, then he's so bad because not only is he only boosting 1 class, but he's very weak. He doesn't have any cooldown. He has barely any matching orbs since he loses the recovery and tandem counting as matching. So this character just loses so much without level 1 break. That's a very major con of this character. So overall, right now, the cons list is that 1, his damage reduction attack boost in his captain ability is very flawed, and also his level 1 break captain ability is very bad without level 1 break. So those are 2 very major cons I think with this character. Obviously dual units the fact that it's a dual unit is an inherent con about his captain ability, obviously being weaker in his singular forms and no super class or super type. And then for his special, there's also a bit of an issue here. So he reduces threshold by 6 turns now. He's also going to retain his ability to give the crew a threshold, which allows you to tank death hits. He's also going to buff his 2.25x driven attack boost from his 6-star form up to a 2.5x attack boost. And then he's also going to buff your orb boost by 0.25x, which is pretty nice added effect. And then if you have him at level 1 break 5, his special will also have an added effect of giving you a 2.25x driven color affinity boost if you've taken 30,000 damage or more in the quest previously. Now, it's a nice added effect. It sucks that there is a condition, but it's pretty easy to fulfill since most content nowadays is going to health cut you with a preemptive attack, which usually will deal 30,000 more and allow you to proc that. But since that's literally the only thing added with level 1 break 5, it's very hard to get there. I don't understand why they just didn't add, why they still had to have the condition there. Having a conditioned color affinity boost because you haven't completely maxed is so stupid. Like, you got him to level 1 break 5 and now you only get a slight color affinity boost and you still have to fulfill a condition. Now in most content that is easy to fulfill, but it's quite petty, but it's an annoying effect that you have to, an annoying condition you have to fulfill to get that color affinity boost. So you really don't need level 1 break 5, it's just a small color affinity boost, you don't need that. In most content you won't even be able to fulfill it by the final stage. So overall, this character, for his special, he has nice utility, 6 turns, which means you can use him in Kizuna. He's also going to allow you to survive death hits, and he provides very good offensive capabilities. A lot of people have been complaining that he doesn't give damage reduction utility. It'd be nice if he also reduced damage reduction by 6 turns, just making him a bit more worth running. But overall, his special isn't too bad, but nothing special since he only boosts driven with his damage boosting effects. His special that boosts your orbs that amplifies your orbs is very good in conjunction with his new super swap ability, which he didn't have in his previous 6-star form. I don't think his regular swap really changed that much. He still has his orb boost, he still gives himself a matching orb, and he still gives a bit of damage reduction and healing. As for his super swap effect, which takes 5 regular swaps to fulfill, so I wish it was 4 because he really, like Cat 5 and Dogstorm, they only require 4, and I think their super swap is even better. So it really sucks that this character takes 4. I mean that he takes 5 instead of 4. And most content they charge up your super swap gauge by like 4 or 5. So if they do give it by 5, then this character is not too bad. But I think in some content they only charge your super swap gauge by 4. So in this case, you won't have their super swap ready for free on the final stage. You'd have to use them their swap effect once in the earlier stages, which wastes a bit of time. But what they do is they're going to give a full body matching orbs, obviously not through block. They're also going to give a driven 2x orb boost, which goes well with a special, which will amplify it to 2.25x. He's also going to give you a 30% damage reduction, 60% damage reduction, and heal about 10,000 HP. So very nice healing, tankiness, and a full body matching orbs is nice, and a very good offensive orb boost. So overall, a very good swap effect for driven characters. But the issue is it's only for driven characters because it's only a driven orb boost, and this character's entire kit is around driven characters only. So that's just a major issue I can't get around. This character is only going to be used for driven characters. I just wish they added maybe Slasher and Striker as well. Maybe 3 classes and no types would have actually been pretty good. I would have really liked that. So overall, this character, they're just very underwhelming in my opinion. The major cons is that you can only run driven characters. They're a dual character, that's an inherent con. And then third, the damage reduction attack boost, which they try to add in there to make up for this character's flaws, just has many flaws in and of itself. But yeah, that's all I have to say about this character. Level 1 break 3 or higher, this character is pretty decent. Below that, this character is really not worth running. Pretty terrible captain effect. Only boosting driven class, it's nothing too great. But if you have any comments about this character, and if you have any questions or opinions on this character, then comment down below. And if you did enjoy the video, make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. But with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.